Long story short, I was adopted into a white family.
And so I walk into the black church.
Did you go out and get 95 rolls of toilet paper, Jason?
You go to the local Walmart and like all the rice is gone.
I can live out of a backpack.
What am I getting myself into?
It's difficult to see me blush, but let's see what you can do, huh?
I'm going to get something. I've never walked off camera in the middle of this, but I'm going to get something, okay? Entertain everybody while I'm back. Well, we are live here with Coffee with Humans on a fantastic Saturday, and I've got my new friend Angie on Coffee with Humans. Welcome, Angie, personal brand strategist. I love that. We know nothing about each other. I think that's the essence. Like a Coffee with Humans, I meet everybody about 8 minutes before we go live. In your case, I think it was about 6 minutes because I was running a little bit late. And then we just have this talk, and we talk about anything.
I love it. I mean, anything.
Yes.
What? Anything.
What am I getting myself into? And you must have been thinking the same thing too when you clicked the link. So I'm curious, when you were thinking, why should I click this link? What was going through your head?
I love surprises. I love freestyling. I love just the idea of, I'm a master networker. So, being able to talk to people and find out about people kind of off the cuff, I think is the most authentic way to get to know somebody. And really just puts them on display, who are you really? And when you don't have time to prepare, you find out quickly.
I've got 2 games for us to play today too. And so I'm very curious to see what happens when you're put on the spot.
Well, it's difficult to see me blush, but let's see what you can do, huh?
I'm gonna try. What's been on your mind? What are the big things that you've been circling around in your head?
It's been a crazy year. No one expected it. And so at the beginning of the year, on January, I am part of this incredible women's organization, and I held basically a little TED Talk. And it was how to influence people through video. And little did I know that 3 months later, everyone was going to have to do it. So I feel like I predicted, this whole entity that's been going on. And for the past year, COVID has been a silver lining. I was contacted by like an NBC casting director.
Yeah, 2020 has been a little bit of a mess for some people. And then it's also been, I think, like you talk about, this great opportunity to launch or relaunch or to grow.
It's a blessing and a curse because you can just keep going. You can keep going all day. I haven't had cable since I was 24 years old because I can't deal with the drama that they're constantly bringing. I'm like, I can't watch this.
Well, it's also funny how short-sighted some of these things are. I go to the local Walmart and like all the rice is gone. And I'm thinking, you people you probably don't even know how to make rice. You've never made and you're like,
facts.
Like I got rice. Like what the hell are you gonna do with rice all the time?
Did you go out and get 95 rolls of toilet paper, Jason?
I did not. No,
right?
I don't crap that much.
Who does?
I would stop eating first. I told you we'll talk about anything. You put me up to it.
TP time.
Did you ever TP somebody's house like in the middle of the night, just like throw toilet paper on their house or something like that? I admit, I might have done it.
No, I'm kidding. No, actually, no. I never really did. I was always like, why? Just why?
The same reason kids do any dumbass thing. Just why? It's like because we can. Let me ask you this: you said you're a nature freak.
Big.
Okay, classify that for me. What are the characteristics of a nature freak?
So I don't think when people see me, they really think nature. You know what I mean? Like there is a lack of diversity in the nature industry. And I'm not like your typical profile of a person who does what I do. And I grew up in the suburbs. I grew up in the woods, by the ocean. I've always known how to swim, which is also rare for most Black people, African Americans. I was always like, oh, I'm not going to camp. I don't want to camp. I don't want to, my hair, the dirt, the whole thing, right? After self-awareness, I began understanding self-awareness and started jumping out of planes and things like that. I was like, well, maybe let's dabble in nature. Let's see what this camping thing is about. And that was it. Ever since I laid my butt on the dirt on the ground and listened to the nighttime and the stars, it was over. And now I go backpacking in Iceland through deserts and blizzards, and it has completely changed my life and my view of myself, and it saved me through COVID. I was just like, I can live out of a backpack. If I can live out of a backpack, I don't need 50 rolls of toilet papers. Media runs things. Media tells us who we are, what we should be doing. And honestly, growing up for me, I didn't even see Black women CEOs. I didn't see Black women as, stars of shows, and Black women doing businesses and building businesses and empires like myself.
I'm like 5'7", and I'm kind of stocky, but I'm not like built, right? And I had one of my good friends named Ricky, reasonably tall, built Black guy, played piano like he didn't read anything on piano. He just like listened to it and then make it happen. And I have no idea how he did that. So I was like standing off him, right? And he'd invite me out to his church where he was a music leader. And so I walk into the Black church, and that it's got a totally different feel than, the white church. And exactly. And I'm jamming out, right? And people are looking at me going, what is he doing? Like, and a fraction of them are like, get him out. And a fraction were like, I can't believe it. He's here.
Was it Baptist?
It was.
Oh, yes, they get deep. Oh, amen.
Oh yeah. We might have had 2 or 3 offerings. It was great. The rules are all made up. They were made up by people who are just like us. So why don't we just change? Like, we can change the rules. It's okay. Like, it's not against the laws of physics.
It's just not. No, it's just not. And my family, so long story short, I was adopted into a white family. So, so I was around it too. Like everybody was doing it. It's all about judgment. And when my family decided to adopt a Black baby in 1985, they were setting the groundwork for me to feel comfortable to step outside my own comfort zone.
Absolutely.
In 1985, it was still illegal for a white family to adopt a Black baby in the South, in Florida.
Really?
Yes,
wow.
In our generation, So it's absolutely crazy. When someone else judges me, it actually says more about them. And I know for a fact, if someone was just like, I don't like your outfit, and I'm just like, well, then I'm pretty positive you're insecure about your own personal style, or whatever it is. I don't like that you're loud. I'm very loud. So people love to comment on that. I'm just like, well, then you probably don't even have enough confidence to speak up for yourself.
Every man has a secret sorrows of which the world knows not. And oftentimes we call a man cold when he is only sad. Oh, snap.
Yeah. Life changing.
Yeah. And so I think an opportunity for us all is to let sorrow soften us.
I love that. Sink into that. Let sorrow soften us. And actually, that's very, very true.
I'm going to get something. I've never walked off camera in the middle of this, but I'm going to get something, okay? Entertain everybody while I'm back.
But it's true. We have to find our own personal self. And you brought something personal. You brought the personal, honey. What is this? You've had it probably since you were 2 years old. I love it. I actually I still have my blanket. Like, I'm sure your kid or kids moving forward are going to be like, why do you still have that? Like, do they have those sentimental things like we do? Because they move on so quickly. But I still have my blanket, in a storage. It's not like I sleep with it, but I still have that stuff. Okay.
Oh, wow. There's a good question for you. So if your life were a book, what would be one of the names of the chapters? My name of the chapter, or maybe it's the name of the book, I don't know, is Love Your Journey.
How did you arrive to that?
Because so many times in my life, I've loved the destination and stayed in a destination, metaphorically or physically in a destination, and fall in love with that destination. But sometimes destinations change, and life is a journey. And so I've had a hard time loving the moments on the journey and just being okay with the meandering parts of the journey and the ups and the downs, instead of just trying to push for a destination. And now I'm just like, whoa, relax.
100%. And you know what? I love to stay open-minded. And I just came across a proverb, I guess, on that exact situation. So we sit here and we ask ourselves, what's more important, the journey or the destination? you, it used to be the destination. Now it's kind of transitioned into the journey. But the reality is it's neither. It's the people that you meet, and that is because if there's one thing that 2020 taught me, it's that I cannot do it alone. You couldn't have this show without the collaboration, without somebody else on this journey with you. So regardless of the destination and regardless of the journey, if you have the right people, it keeps you present, it keeps you grounded, and keeps you moving forward.
I love that. That is great. So what about you? What would be one of the titles of one of your chapters? My
title would be called The Future is Polymath. And the reason why, and the reason what a polymath is basically a gifted person or someone who is well-versed, trained, or an expert in many subjects and categories. So the most famous polymath in the world was Leonardo da Vinci. Many knew him as an artist, but most didn't know that he was an architect, he was an engineer, he was a massive fitness buff, and he had this special sleeping pattern where he would sleep maybe 4 hours a day, but he would break it up into 20-minute segments so that he can be more productive. So he was just so controversial in how he lived, and it was because he was a polymath. And I do believe, having many passions and having many skills is going to be the future of surviving this new e-commerce. Because if you're not online, you're not going to make it.
This quote, I love it, and I think everybody, for whoever they are, walk into your fullness. If you want to do something, do it. You want to try something, try it. And if the haters tell you no, the first thing I would say in my own head is, well, first of all, is that really the hater telling me no, or is it really just my own self-judgment? I have a game for us to play. You want to play the game?
I'm ready.
Okay. You said you're a creative person, and now it's your moment to prove it. My game that we're going to play today is What's That Pharmaceutical? So I have some made-up pharmaceutical names. Okay. I need to set a 30-second timer.
Oh my God. I am so immature. This is not going to be good.
I've never played this game. I told you were my guinea pig. I love it. You're totally personality for this too.
I'm ready.
Ready? I'm going to click the button and I'm going to click a timer. Factomide. 30 seconds.
Okay, everybody. Do you have brain farts all the time? Do you sometimes forget your mom's birthday? Or do you forget that the woman next to you isn't your wife? You might need some Factomide. You need the truth, brother. You better take this stat before you get a divorce and your children hate you.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's a benefit. Very, very good. Very good, everybody. Well, I would think that you would find, I think you'd agree with this, that those life-changing experiences when we put ourselves in physical peril are directly transferable to the types of things we believe we can accomplish, like in business or in life or relationships, right? It's like, oh my God, like you don't have it. You have no idea what I just did. Of course we can, sell this product.
Yeah, absolutely. I have no fear of talking to professional people, CEOs, important people, celebrities, whatever it is, because I'm like, did you cheat death? I doubt it. Right. Backpacking is one of the most amazing things, but I've literally put myself in danger. And it puts everybody on a level playing field in my mind. Absolutely.
Yeah. We got one last game. 4 minutes left.
I'm like crying.
We're gonna have a minute. This is a different game than we played last time.
Okay.
You're gonna need your pen and your paper.
Okay.
Boop. You can tell me if you like this one better than What's That Pharmaceutical. This game, Whatchamdrawit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ready?
Yes.
Draw Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy at a birthday party for the Easter Bunny. You have 1 minute and starting now.
Jesus. I hope no one's offended by what I'm drawing right now.
You know what? If they are, it's Oh, okay, pens down.
Oh, come on.
Pens down. It's been a minute. You had 1 minute. You said you were creative. You ought to be able to do this.
I'm on the Tooth Fairy. Okay.
That's the first time I've ever heard that in my life. What is that? All right. Okay, here's your moment.
Okay, so that's the tooth fairy, and that's their wings, and that's the magic wand, and he's blessing Santa Claus.
Is Santa Claus the guy with the little stick legs?
And
no body?
That's his beard, Jason.
Oh, sorry. Oh, right. Now I see it.
Hater, yo, you're such a hater. Let's see yours.
Now I see it.
Oh, yours is so detailed. It's like a Picasso. What's it say? I'm Santa. Teeth.
And he looks like an angel. I just kind of envisioned that's how I don't think the tooth fairy is actually a tooth. I'm going to lay that on you. Okay, so let's. I know it's shocking. He steals teeth and then gives money, which is also kind of weird.
First of all, you can't tell me what my tooth fairy looks like, okay? All right, if your tooth fairy want to look like, little Bo Peep over there with your little angel wings.
All right, people. Here's our images. It's your opportunity to vote for us.
So my tooth fairy does look like a tooth with wings, and this is probably way more accurate. I believe I'm fighting for my position. I believe my drawing is actually more accurate to what both of these characters look like and represent.
I appreciate your assertiveness. I'm going to say it's a cultural difference. It would make more sense than an angel coming and be like, "What are you, an angel?" No, I'm taking your teeth. Like the F what? What kind of angel takes my teeth? We need more teeth in heaven. If somebody take your teeth.
Oh well,
my gosh!
Because we each won one, so nobody wins on this show, and
it's a draw.
Yeah,
right. Everybody wins on Coffee with Humans. That's the saying. That's everybody wins.
Is it? No, it's not. It is now.
It is now. You and I are on the same page. All right. Well, thank you so much, Angie, for joining me on Coffee with Humans. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is great.
We'll talk soon.
Absolutely.